That's about everyone. Looks like we're still about half an hour until judging for the costume contest wraps up. Not like it matters to us right now, so thanks. Speak to the devil. Hey, dweeb. Where's she off to? I talked her into at the very least washing off that stupid makeup. Even if we're disqualified, we can at least avoid a good lynching on the way out. True. True. Red Hat Fang with a smug... So, let's remember, by the way, OG, Goodbye Volcano High Fang is technically a redhead. That would have been interesting, though. Red Hat Fang with a smug smile. Oh boy, screw Naomi Fang. Scary Dave, please. I don't need inspiration. I don't need these thoughts invading my mind. True. Hello, is this thing like on? Hell yeah! Alright, bitches and dudes, get ready to be spooked.
Spook? What the fuck's that supposed to be?
Like scared, you know? Like anyway, hit the lights, nerds. Fatma. That's dead naming. Listen, I want to talk about When Worlds Collide, because the thing I wanted to point out in that is it made me think about something. Listen, I'm not going to say that I think Goodbye Volcano High is probably as non-binary as it gets. But I do like the idea that, like, considering it's based on a Middle Eastern culture in which, let's say, patriarchy is very tangible, be that from religious or cultural or societal contexts, I can imagine that Fang wants to be removed from being a woman because from her own home culture, it's not a good thing. Like, Fang's not committed enough to be a man because a man in her head would be a bad thing. So they go for non-binary as sort of like a middle of the road option. Like, I don't want to be a woman because women, everyone at home fucking kicks women around. I don't want to be a guy because men kick women around. I want to go somewhere else. I can see that being the option, right? Like, Fang is like, I don't want to be either of those. Like, to me, I'm this in between. I don't want to be either of those things. I can see that being the reason. Now, if you want to extrapolate that and say that Fatma is technically not non-binary, but just trying to escape something, fair. But on the other hand, nature and nurture kind of go hand in hand to some extent. I get why a lot of people say it, right? Like, oh man, it's something that you are deep down inside, but I have issues with that. But that's probably because if they were to look at me, they'd say you're gender fluid. I'm like, get out of here. I don't want to spill milk on my shirt with this fluid of yours. Can I get a drum roll? Get ready to feast your eyes on the one, the only... motherfucker, Chet the Chet RAWR.
No feeties.
He has no feeties. I'm losing my shit right now. I'm dying. Please absorb this work of art. God damn it. Holy shit. Chet has unleashed his inner wolf. Inside of him there are two wolves. And thus like Tackle Team... Hold up. Hold up. I need to find the text. So originally I wrote this camera pan, but I chose to have background pets. There's so much developer commentary in here. Holy shit. Oh no, these are probably like sprites that are panning around. So cheesy Chet. Hold up, I'm looking up these texts. I'm looking up these little thumbnail sprites. Where are they? Oh, insult layers, here we go. Chet, he should probably should call himself Chud. Someone call the ASPCA, we need to report an abortion.
I'm voting for whoever makes this very shit illegal.
Imagine coming out of the closet in front of the school. Oh shit, this is not sorted by name, hold on.
Hey man, can you give us some RAWR X3?
And just like that, I'm Team Edward. He actually woke up and said, I want to be a flea bag. Nice for Sona and Cell. God, these are some quality insults. Oh! Oh, these are so good! Man, they really did the auditorium scene justice.
What? Fuck you guys. Fuck you all.
No one would have fuck you, dude. I mean, I want to. Shh. Why are we doing the auditorium? Hey, it's Spears with the big feet. Oh, man. Oh, man, the Saffy, the thing she said. Imagine in Volcano Eye, depending on your choice, Fang would have been MB or female. Like, that actually faced the coming off age theme of accepting identity. Listen, if you wanted to make Goodbye Volcano High and make it about Fang discovering their gender identity and, like, wanting to go back to being a woman, I kind of like what Worlds Collide is hinting at, which is the whole idea of, like, what was it again? In that, there's an implication of, like, it's easier to go back. Problem! The end of Goodbye Volcano High explicitly mentions that the parents are actually getting there. And also, the parents aren't the problem, it's the extended family. But, moving back. It's not it's extended family is more of the problem. The parents are just slow on the uptake. They're not malicious, is the problem. Which also kind of makes Fang look like a big whiny baby. Really doesn't help. Really doesn't help. They're not dead naming because they don't know better. They're not being mean. So, personally, I would go with non-binary is the right answer. And female is the cop-out, I don't want to deal with the shit anymore answer. It's like, it's too much trouble and everything else. And that's the option you take because Fang doesn't have the confidence to be themselves. They are like, I can't be this person if this is the stress I have to put up with. I can't talk to my family. My parents are never taking me seriously. While my brother supports me, it's also wearing him down. Like, and then there's the fact that, like, you could even have Naomi be like, I don't know if I want to, like, I don't know, man. I'm lesbian. Like, I'm not okay with a non-binary person. You can even do that. You can even have Naomi not be sure about it. Problem is, right? Hold up. Shh. Don't get all of those people out of here, okay? Because, like I just said, I kind of don't know if this stuff is inborn. To some extent. Again, nature and nurture, your tastes change over time, blah, blah, who fucking cares? Either everyone is pansexual and they're lying to themselves, or it's more fluid than that. But, personally, I like the idea that Naomi is saying that, because, again, Naomi does have a taste, but they're not comfortable with the idea. They're like, I've talked with Nasser so much that, like, I've internalized that guys are not sexy anymore. I don't know, you could do something with that. And then Naomi's also like, listen, Fang, I don't know if we can be girlfriends, partners, if you're gonna be like this. I need you to be a woman. And the entire story is Fang needs to build up the confidence and the ability to be this in face of everyone else telling them not to. You could have LJ be like, hey, you gotta be yourself. Your music sucks when you don't do that. You could have Trish be like, I'm there for you, guy, and everyone. Like, you could work with that. You could make that an interesting story. But I stand by, regardless of all of that, I stand by that canonically at the end, Fang, as far as we can tell, is going to be non-binary by the end. That is the right ending to me. Because everything kind of leads into that. Problem is, the story doesn't do all that much with it. Like, you want to know my real problem with Fang being non-binary is... Do we all remember the one thing I hate the most about a certain kind of writing? I hate it when you half-ass things. And what does Goodbye Volcano High do? They half-ass Fang. The Fang's non-binary is. Fang is non-binary. It's not a plot point in a lot of situations. The world is ending. It's about friendship. In that context, Fang non-binary is just a token trait. It doesn't really affect the story. It only comes up because of the parents. And the parents are never physically around. They show up in like a phone and a laptop conversation. Fang's gender is half-assed. It is never given the gravitas and the meaning to really be a good plot point. They could have just had the parents be a cutesy little thing off to the side and no one gives a shit. And it'd be better. They'd just be like, oh, just a non-binary kid who fucking gives a shit, right? But they didn't. They just had to call attention to it just enough that you're like, but this isn't the plot point. Fang's gender and self-expression never really comes up, and it should. The whole thing is about Fang wanting to override their friends. Like, you could even make it about that, right? You could make it about Fang's non-binarism. If you want to be the fucking anon guy, right? Like, Fang is female. You can go with the non-binaryism is an extension of Fang wanting to control the band. Fang wants to be everything they want to be. They are forcefully expressing themselves as non-binary. They are dominating the band. They're telling Trish and Reed what to do. And the non-binariness is a part of, I know best, and I say this, and I say that. And Fang is overriding themselves. They think this is what a punk rocker is. To the point of, like, denying... I don't know. I'm just saying... They're half-assing it, and I hate half-assing shit! Makes me mad! No matter who does it. If Mrs. Roberts is taking out the paddle, I better feel my ass getting raw! As that good old-fashioned clip that our good friend Civvy always uses. It's fucking raw! 3 rewatch for stupid reasons will do that. And the second one happens to fit the COVID allegory. Yeah. I'm just saying, right, like, there is a fantastic, good story about Fang and gender identity and finding themselves and expressing blah, blah, fuck it. But it's not there. And if they got rid of it and they just made the parents kind of aloof, great. But hold on. The real reason I'm pissed off? Remember, my favorite scene in Goodbye Volcano High is Sage. Sage is like, my parents aren't taking my gender transitioning seriously. And, you know, between this and Rosa, there is a clear tone in Goodbye Volcano High about gender expression and parents not working. You have Sage, where they're sort of helping, but they're clearly not really accepting it. They're kind of like, it's so funny. You have Fang, where the parents are accepting, but they can't, like, they're not putting in enough work on themselves. They're, like, trying, half-assing it. And then you have Rosa, where it feels almost antagonistic to an extent. It's not harsh stuff, because it's written by a bunch of pansies who don't want to actually talk about the shit. And again, I don't like half-assing it. But clearly Goodbye Volcano High wants to be a conversation about that. Why doesn't fucking Naomi dating a girl, non-binary person, result in a conversation from her parents? There is such a good fucking story, and just shut on it, you fucking clueless morons. You want to make me mad? You half-ass it. You want to know why I like Snooty Doo? Because it goes the whole mile. Goddamn. You mean the single scene Sage has that's actually good and probably Survivor of Refusal? That scene is good because it feels like it's the actual conclusion to something. It feels like a moment. The problem with that scene is everything else around it. That scene is good on its own. I mean, to be fair, a standalone scene that's good is meh. But it's a scene that in a really good story, it would be like this fun, cruxical moment that you remember for the rest of you. Be like, man, that was where it all came together to some point, right? Like, you've got Fang where the parents are half-assing it. You've got Rosa where it's more antagonistic. And then you've got Sage. And it's like, your parents, Fang, are trying. Mine are, like, actively just fucking laughing it off. Like, it's a good scene. And it could work, but the gender shit isn't the point. So why are you drawing just enough attention to it that it feels weird that you're not talking about it? Talk already. Make it Enough of that. I think I've made my point by this point. I'm so stinky. I'm so stinky. Oh, it's the hand-holding scene for perverts. Enough! We're all adults now, and you alumni are no longer students here. There's nothing legally stopping me from putting each and every one of you into the dirt. Poor Chet. I'm sure Fang knows that feeling and empathizes all too well. Douche can know what's coming to him. On second thought, maybe not. Fang and I got to spend the next 20 minutes or so abusing the free food and punch. You know, you want to know what just happened to me? I think I'm gonna write that gender story. Am I the one to write it? But someone's gotta fucking write it at this point. It's in my head! And I'm mad.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
I just need the right characters to make it work. Listen, there's one more thing I want to talk about when it comes to Fang, right? There's a specific design of Fang that I really like, and if anyone from Worlds Collide is listening, for some reason, where is it? There's a specific dress that I think would work extremely well for keeping Fang, but going for the Fatma look. By the way, I watched a guy play that game, and he's like, and he said Fatima or something like that, or he said it like really bad, and I was like, man. Here we go, I found it. I really like this particular dress, and I feel that it would fantastically capture the vibe of Fatma and keep him different from Lucy. And it's not a hard outfit to transpose onto Fang either. It is really simple, and it makes me so mad that they didn't have an engine that could actually support this shit. Am I full of soup? I'm not, but I might be. I don't have an image for this. I don't have a spare image for this. Let's just make a new image and slap it on that. Slap it on. This should work in a second. Is it working? Well, luckily, I know how computer systems work, and that means that I know how this shit works. See, I happen to know that you can just click and drag images, so like in... get rid of that. Get rid of all formats. Oh, it's a fucking WebD... Okay, fine. I'll use a browser image. Which one of these is good for... No, I need a browser for that. This image exists and it works. It's just not loading anything. It's a JPEG. Why can't you see it? Oh, there it is. Wow. It doesn't know how to show the JPEG. That's a little weird. Very concerning. Makes me feel full of... And every image is broken. Okay, that's what's up. Even Plink won't show. I think the stream may have crashed. Yep. Images won't update. Oh, I. So, can we just can we swap? No, the whole window is. Okay. That doesn't work either. There we go. I like this dress. I like it so much. It's a really good design. It's a really good, like, we're going to make these two fangs different. It's really easy to transpose onto the existing sprites because you just have to color the arms a little bit. Personally, I would upgrade that neck to a turtleneck because I just liked her. But outside of that, I just think it works really well. It's a good way to set the two apart. It kind of fits culturally with the whole more, like, conservative dress style, blah, blah.